So David, we're standing here in a veritable nature at work jungle. Would you navigate us through all these lovely plants?
Of course I can, yeah. We're going to just look at it from a high light, a medium light and a low light, and a no light sort of scenario. So I'm just going to concentrate first on the plants that need a lot of light.
Okay.
Okay, so a good way to, and this is how I learnt about this, was if you think of a jungle, tropical jungle, okay, you've got plants like this, which have got small leaves up at the top, because they don't want to absorb too much sun, and at the top of the canopy, okay, and at the bottom of the canopy, you've got the likes of these. You know, you can just imagine those in a jungle situation.
Absolutely,
Bigger,
yeah.
and that's the rule, really. The rule is the big leaves. If it's a big leaf, that'll take lower light. Okay, so but also variegation. Customers always want variegation. They want a bit of interest and a bit of colour.
Sure.
Okay, but that's quite difficult to give variegation because variegation needs more light.
Okay.
Okay, so you just got to. It's quite a juggling act trying to get that right for the customer, because the customer wants as much interest as possible in their office.
Yes.
Okay, so just starting off with ficus. This is a Ficus benjamina, and this is on a stem, on a braided stem. And these ficuses, lovely plants, but they do need good light. You put them in a dark space, useless.
Okay.
So they just drop leaves. Okay, and over here, everybody knows the yucca. Yuccas are great sort of desert plants. Really, they don't need a lot of looking after, and they're ideal for next to a door or in a reception area where there's drafts and things. They're ideal for those. And so are these little bocanias. You can get bigger versions of these, and they're good. They're good for drafty, difficult conditions. As are these, the mother-in-law's tongue, or the Sansevieria. This one here is a Sansevieria laurentii, which is one of my favourites. It's got a nice bit of variegation. Okay, so that's your highlight.
Yeah.
Your medium lights, your sort of your general ones, Dracaenas. These are Dracaenas here. Dracaenas. That's a Dracaena Gold Coast. That's a Dracaena Gold Coast. That's a Dracaena Janet Craig. They're good all-rounders, really. That one there will take low light. This one will take pretty low light.
So they're quite flexible plants.
Very flexible. We use a lot of these.
Yes.
And then you've got the Kentia palm. This is the Kentia palm.
Oh, I love those.
Which are really lovely. They're one of my favourites. Very good for absorbing toxins in the office. In fact, all of them are good for absorbing toxins, but this is one of the best. And I love these because it gives you a sort of a nice, it breaks up an office. It gives a nice tropical feel, and it makes a huge difference. So they're very good value for money. These are a lot of greenery for your money. These, and then moving down the scale. So that's sort of medium. Those are your most common ones for offices. And then you move to low light situation. You can use these. This is an Aglaonema green light. Okay, and that planted in a pot looks fantastic. People love those. I'm
sure it can get quite big as well, can't it?
Oh yeah, they can get big. Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, but they're beautiful leaf. And this is another one of our favourites, which is an Aglaonema Maria.
Okay.
They're very good for low light situations. They're very good for mixed planting. So if you can imagine a mixed bowl, and you've got that sort of thing, or that sort of thing, or that sort of thing. You know, they're or in troughs and things like that. They're really good for that.
Versatile plants.
Very versatile, but they don't like drafts.
Ah.
Okay. If it gets cold in the office, or if there's a bit of a draft, they hate drafts. Okay, and so that's the same. And then moving down to this corner here, if you've got a really dark Now, the name of our company is Nature at Work, and we don't like to promote artificial things, okay? But if push comes to shove, and you've got a dark corner, or you've got an office or a presentation room without any windows, no light, no natural light at all, well, there's only one thing to turn to, and that's an artificial plant. And in the past, artificial plants they just look plastic. But these now, as you can see, this is...
Gosh, are those really artificial?
Yeah, this is really
amazing.
artificial. This is an artificial Rapis palm.
They look lovely.
And this is on a real bark stem.
So we've still got something natural.
So that's real bark.
Makes a difference.
And that's real bark. It's a real bark Dracaena. See, if that was real, you couldn't put that. It would need decent light. Okay, and this is just a few examples of the pots that we've got. And then just finally, on the little desktop displays, to see what you can do with a lovely. These are little Bocania Nolinas in a lovely pink pot. Looks fantastic.
I just love that. I mean, that would be on my desk.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, and it's so
feminine.
Pretty, yeah.
And at the same time, just really strong. It's just lovely.
Yeah, and they don't need a lot of light too. They're very versatile. They're one of my favourite plants. This one is a lovely ficus ginseng. They're very contemporary look. Don't get too close because I haven't done the leaves on this one. But this is these are quite popular. That in a tall pot will often look. It looks sort of minimalist, architectural
does
look.
That flower, David?
No, that one
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't flower.
No.
Okay, because it has sort of an azalea type feel a little bit.
Okay, and this one here is an anthurium. This particular one is a red anthurium. I love these. They're great. They're great. The flowers last a long time. They're really bracts, not flowers. And they're just, if you put them near a window, they'll just keep flowering. Beautiful. If you put them in a pot, that's not brilliant, but it just gives you an idea of how fantastic they look.
Yeah.
And these come in, and this one, these are in red. You can get pink, purple, white.
Gosh, really?
Beautiful, beautiful flowers. And that's it.
Well, thank you very much, David. That's really interesting.
Pleasure.